Um, If you don't want to return to something like this world, but rather have something far better, far better, you should keep short accounts. I don't mean against another's will. That's not a good idea. But in as far as it's reasonably to hand, short accounts. And I don't mean financially. Well, I don't know, perhaps finance is important too to some extent, but because it says something about the heart, doesn't it? But it says something about the heart, doesn't it? But I meant in relationships. Make sure people have the opportunity of making good with you, and you with them. Be especially concerned with those that are or should be significant to you. But they may be following you through, and I say maybe, I don't know, many lives. You have something to sort out with them. And it'd be a great shame not to do it now, if it's fitting to do so and put it right. If someone's constantly on your mind, well, at the least put your mind to what can you reasonably do to make good with them. And perhaps there's no bad with them, don't get me wrong, but someone is constantly on your mind over the years, over the decades, when they're still here in this world. Are they contactable? Oh, do so then. If they're not, well, just remember that God may give you a contact with them. Like my friend who's coming out of an underground station, and there she is. Someone he knows. Probably wasn't at all clear whether she'd be in London or not. And she's had a word that she should be at Notting Hill Underground Station, and as she goes to go down at the entrance, he's coming up. So I said to him, you should contact her. I mean, this was many years ago now. This person's significant in his life. He still has a way of contacting her. I'll do so then. You have nothing to lose, and be to the point. Should we be together? What do you think? You know, that's what you say. And if she says, absurd, what are you on about? Well, that's no problem, is it? What have you lost? Nothing at all. If it's yes, and it does seem right, well, isn't that just absolutely unspeakably wonderful? I mean, it might be, mightn't it? But there are other situations too where you may have had something that was odds with someone. You could still put it right. Well, wouldn't it be a good idea to put it right? And if they won't allow it to be put right, well, what have you lost? Nothing. But if you do put it right with each other, isn't that part of the loveliness of God? Isn't that what you want your children to do? Do you delight in them being at odds with each other? No way. How much more than God, our Heavenly Dad? But even in terms myopically of the relationship of you to them, how good to have got it right if possible, reasonably possible. I don't mean difficulties that cost you the earth and put you in great danger. That's not the way. God doesn't require that. But if you are of a mind to put things right where you can, how much more is God of a mind to make it so wonderful in your hands that he may delight even the more in us, in his grace and goodness. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.